Communication from the chair. Honorable members, I wish to draw your attention to the provisions of Standing Orders 195, 191-4, 192-4, and 193-6, relating respectively to the Public Accounts and Investment Committee, the Budget and Appropriations Committee, the Committee on Implementation, and the Committee on Delegated County Legislation. These standing orders expressly provide that the committee is constituted immediately following a general election shall serve for a period of 3 calendar years, while those constituted thereafter shall serve for the remainder of the assembly. I request the honorable members to take their seat as we proceed with the communication. Honorable members, the House Business Committee, acting pursuant to Standing Orders 157, 158, 159, and 160, did nominate the members to the various committees of the House and tabled its report, which was duly adopted on 3rd October 2022. In compiling that report, the committee was guided by a number of principles, namely, that there is, as far as may be practicable, not more than 2/3 of members of a committee being of the same gender. That there is, as far as may be practicable, regional representation in the committees. That there is, as far as may be practicable, representation of the youth and marginalized in the committees. That there is smooth transition and memory of activities, operations, and affairs of the committees, particularly for those with members who were re-elected. That the committees, organization, and membership ensure weekly maximum sittings for each member within the precincts of the Assembly. That the committee's organization promotes efficient use of available resources, including time and space, and that the membership promotes and facilitates the committee's realization of quorum during meetings. Honorable members, the life of the 4 aforementioned committees have been constituted on 3rd October 2022, effectively expired on 3rd of October 2025. Consequently, a total of 29 members stand affected by the 3-year rule. The House Business Committee, appreciating both the gravity and sensitivity of this matter, resolved on its own motion to reflect on possible scenarios and found it prudent to consult the entire membership of the House. This is particularly in recognition of the fact that the original membership of committees was itself arrived at through consensus, which must similarly guide the way forward. A question also arose regarding the status of business already under consideration by these committees, notably the County Annual Development Plan for the financial year 2026-2027, remains under active consideration by the Budget and Appropriations Committee and is scheduled for public participation on Monday, 13th October 2025 across various venues in the county. Equally, the Public Accounts and Investment Committee is presently seized of the Special Audit Report of the Auditor General on Payroll Management for the County Executive of Nyandarua. Honorable members, while I appreciate that consensus building among the honorable members of this House and Assembly parties is paramount, I am persuaded that the Assembly cannot afford a vacuum in committee operations. It is therefore necessary to provide clear direction on the matter. As of now, the 4 committees are technically defunct. Nevertheless, the House Business Committee, in exercise of its mandate under Standing Order 158, has resolved to act magnanimously by allowing the said committees to continue discharging their mandates while broad consultations are undertaken. Honorable member, take your seat as we proceed with the communication. This ensures that crucial business of the House is not derailed, particularly with respect to the County Annual Development Plan for financial year 2026-2027 and the Auditor General's Special Audit Report. As such, I direct as follows: that the 4 committees, namely the Public Accounts and Investments Committee, the Budget and Appropriations Committee, the Committee on Implementation, and the Committee on Delegated County Legislation, do continue to discharge their mandates until the end of the current session, as guided by Standing Order 28, to ensure continuity and minimal disruption of Assembly business. 2, that the said committees shall table and conclude all business currently under their consideration on or before 3rd December 2025. 3, that the House Business Committee shall, in the interim, undertake extensive consultations with the membership of the House, Assembly parties, independent members, and representatives of special interest groups with a view to making informed recommendations on the reconstitution of the committees, and present a report to this House at the commencement of the 5th session. It is so directed. Thank you, honorable members. Clerk, next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Mr. Speaker, sir, under this order, there is a paper to be laid in this House by the Honorable Peter Gadongo Kamau, the Chairperson, Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection.
Very well. Honorable Peter Kamau Gadongo, Chairperson, Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, this is a chairman's brief. The Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection has a responsibility pursuant to the Nyandarua County Assembly Standing Orders, and in line with the general responsibility, all power of the County Assembly to oversight the County Executive and its entity. In line with this, the committee is currently considering the information as submitted by the Department of Education and is in the process of compiling a report upon the findings therein. Arising from the foregoing, the committee hereby seeks leave to report back to the House on the request to approve the designation of towns and centers for the sale and consumption of alcoholic drinks with accordance to Nyandarua County Alcoholic Drinks Control Act within the next 7 days thereof. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well, Honorable Peter Kamau Gadongo. The preliminary report is duly tabled. The leaf sought is well explained and undeserving, and so I grant it as sought. So, Chairman, ensure the report is duly laid within the time requested.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, statements. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a statement to be sought by the Honorable Samuel Chege Gadirimo, the member for Geta Ward.
Honorable Samuel Shegadrimu, MCA Geta Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I hereby seek a statement from the chairperson, Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development, and Partnership, addressing the following concerns. Aware that the county executive has over the years allocated funds aimed at promoting, developing, and facilitating trade for stable individual incomes and overall economic empowerment for residents of Nyandarua, while safeguarding the growth and development of cooperative movements in the county. Further aware that in the final budget estimates and subsequent supplement budgets estimates for financial year 2024-2025, this House appropriated a total of 500,000 only for the support to Kiabogo Cooperative Society in Geta Ward through purchase of milk cans, noting that Article 201, 1A of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 provides that there shall be openness and accountability, including by public participation in financial matters. Further noting that Article 201, 1D and E emphasizes that public money shall be used in a prudent and responsible way, and that financial management shall be responsible and fiscal reporting shall be clear. Concerned that the aforementioned milk cans are yet to be procured and all delivered as budgeted for in the financial year 2024-2025, hence amounting to non-implementation of the specifications as budgeted for. Further concerned that non-implementation of such projects as budgeted for eventually denies our people access to economic empowerment. Arising from the foregoing, I seek that the chairperson of the Committee on Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development, and Partnership provides the following information with regard to Kiabogo Cooperative Society in Geta Ward. 1. A comprehensive report on the reasons for non-procurement and all delivery of the milk cans worth 500,000 shillings provided for in the budget estimates for the financial year 2024-2025 for the Kiabogo Cooperative Society in Geta Ward, including an explanation on what happens when the budgeted items are not procured and all delivered within the financial year. 2. A detailed report on the plans that have been put in place to ensure that members of the said cooperative society benefit from their rightful share as provided for in the budget as appropriated by this House, including the following. A timeline for the procurement and delivery of the milk cans. B, an explanation on the availability of the said funds as provided for in the budget estimates for financial year 2024-2025 and where exactly they are. And 3, the steps the department has put in place to ensure that all cooperative societies get timely access to such economic empowerment initiatives and that such assets are utilized to the benefit of all members. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Very well, Honorable Gadrimo. The motion is duly moved. This is a statement. Thank you. MCA from Geta Ward, Chairman Cooperative, how many days would you like to respond to the said statement?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Based on the other business that we are following, we request for 45 days.
45 days, the seeker.
Honorable Speaker, I would seek for leniency from the committee as the matters are so plainly. There is no much detailed information there to seek. And it is very express, whether at the minimum they can give me, so that these people may be appropriately catered for if the chairperson can consider 30 days, kindly.
Vice Chair, that days, is it okay with you?
Mr. Speaker, we'll try, even if it's maybe a preliminary, because it's based on some facts and some of the things that we have been getting from the department, but definitely we'll try our best to ensure that it's brought within the 30 days.
Thank you. Very well. Honorable Joyce, 30 days is okay. Next order.
Order number 8, motions and bills. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a motion to be moved by the Honorable Peter Gathongo Kamau, the Chairperson, Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection.
Honorable Peter Kamau Gathongo, Chairperson, Committee, Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I beg to move the following motion that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protections on the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund Annual Report and Financial Statement for the period ended 30th June 2024 as a report of the House and the recommendation therein as a resolution of the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Committee on Education and Social Protection extends its heartfelt gratitude to the honorable members of this committee for their unwavering commitment and valuable contribution throughout the compilation of this report. Further, we would like to express our special appreciation to the esteemed office of the CRAC for their indispensable role in ensuring the smooth, successful progression of this process. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, it is both a privilege and a solemn responsibility for me as the chairperson of the Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Gender, Culture and Social Protection to formally present this report to the House for deliberation and subsequent adoption, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, since the commitment of the annual report and financial statement of Nyandarua County Assembly Fund for the financial year ended 30th June 2024, the matter constituted the main agenda of the committee meeting for several sittings. These have facilitated in-depth scrutiny and internalization of the annual report and financial statement. During the process, the committee wrote to the fund administrator, Nyandarua County Bursary Fund, who doubles up as the secretary of the Fund Administration Committee, and the accounting officer requesting information on the issues emanating from the annual report and the financial statement. This helped the committee obtain clarity on certain issues therein prior to the compilation of the final report for the House. The key explanation and information sought include: 1, The reasons for submissions of the funds budget to the county assembly for approval. Evidence number 2 of participation of bursary fund administration committee in approving the annual report and financial statement of the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund for the financial year ended 30th June 2024. 3. Reasons for the failure to indicate the date of approval of financial statements by the first bursary fund administration committee and the date that set of financial statements were signed by the fund administrator and the fund accountant. And the full evidence, that is number 4, on the Kenya shillings 208,387,504 shillings and Kenya shillings 8,295,461 paid from the fund as bursary transfer and scholarship grants. 5. The bank statements of the fund for the period ended from 1st July 2022 to 30th September 2024. Number 6, Honorable Speaker, is the annual report and financial statement for the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund for the financial year ended 30th June 2023. And 7, Honorable Speaker, it is the evidence of bursary fund requisition totaling 223,113,529 shillings. And number 8, Honorable Speaker, is the supporting document for payment made with respect to committee allowances, which amounted to 5,688,560. There were bank charges totaling Kenya shillings 7,800 and others Kenya shillings 734,204 shillings. Number 9, Honorable Speaker, is particulars of receivables reported in the note at Kenya shillings 9,600,000 shillings only, but not reflected in the statement of financial position. Honorable Speaker, Section 168 of the Public Finance Management Act 2023 requires the administrator of the county fund established by the Constitution as Act of Parliament or county registration to prepare quarterly financial statement for the fund in a form prescribed by the Accounting Standards Board. In adherence to legal requirement, the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund Administrator prepared the report and financial statement for the quarter ending 30th June 2024, and this was submitted to the County Assembly. Following tabling of the same was referred to the House Committee on Education for consideration and subsequent reporting to the House. Honorable Speaker, the Nyandarua County Fund is established under Section 4 of the Nyandarua County Bursary Act of 2019, which postulates that they established a fund for the county government known as the County Bursary Fund, comprising of such monies as shall be appropriated thereof every financial year in the county approved budget estimates. Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, there is the Governor's Bursary program, there is administrative cost, and further, there is an amount not exceeding 10% of the allocation which will be applied towards the Governor's Bursary program. Additionally, Honorable Speaker, in Section 5, it requires that the amount applicable to the ward bursary program shall be shared equally among all the wards of the county. Honorable Speaker, in Chapter 2, there was observation and finding and recommendations, and the Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Gender, Culture and Social Protection conducted a comprehensive review of the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund's financial statement for the 4 quarters in the financial year 2023-2024. Further, it scrutinized the list of beneficiaries and reviewed the accompanying bank statements. The committee observation, finding and accommodations are detailed here under. And Honorable Speaker, I believe the honorable members in their tablets can be able to see the tabulation for all the amounts, starting all the way from Magumu, that is Kenton, to Karamton in the Shaupondo ward, and Kameruli in Ndaragwa Central ward. Honorable Speaker, so members can be able to see the tabulations. The allocation to the governor's kit was 10 million shillings, This allocation was as pursuant to the Nyandarua County Bursary Funds Act 2019 that provides an amount not exceeding 10% of the allocation should be applied towards the governor bursary program. Honorable Speaker, there was also expenditure from the bursary fund and the Committee of Observation and Findings pursuant to Section 5 of the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund Act of 2019. The fund was to be applied to the following. Honorable Speaker, that's what we had said: the governor's bursary, the ward bursary kit, and administrative cost. The total disbursement, Honorable Speaker, was 216,682,965 was applied as bursary awards to 51,083 students or runners at above the governors and ward bursary kits. Honorable Speaker, there is a table of beneficiaries there. That is for the governors, where you have the university, the tertiary, and the secondary students, Honorable Speaker. And on the ward bursary kit, Honorable Speaker, an amount totaling 280,387,504 is reported to have been disbursed at the ward bursary kit. 50,421 runners. The total amount per category of beneficiary and learning institution is per the table, which the members will see in their tablet, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, there was also disbursement to runners with disabilities, and an amount totaling 2,446,950 is reported to have been disbursed to 424 runners with disability. This translates to an average of Kenya shillings 5,771 per runner, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, there was the administrative cost, an amount totaling 6,430,564 was reported to have been spent as administrative cost of the fund. This represents 2.63 of the fund amount and is in adherence to the Section 8 of the Act that provides that an amount not exceeding 3% of the allocation shall be applied towards the cost of the fund. Actually, it went at the required percentage, Honorable Speaker. And a breakdown is given down here, Honorable Speaker, which is the committee allowances. We have ward bursary committees, and there is the bank charges, and other expenses, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the committee recommendation that the CEC for education and social protection in subsequent financial year does, Honorable Speaker, 1, conduct that assessment of the bursary needs across the wards to ensure adequate allocation to the fund, Honorable Speaker. 2, ensure equity in allocation by ensuring future allocations should consider disparities in student population per ward to prevent underfunding of wards with high number of needy runners, Honorable Speaker, because our populations, Honorable Speaker, are not equal in the wards. And Honorable Speaker, that number 2, the county bursary fund administrator does in the financial year 2025-2026 enhance support for the runners with disabilities by ring-fencing a reasonable amount, Honorable Speaker, amount in the fund of runners with disabilities to guarantee inclusivity and fairness. Honorable Speaker, we say that society is judged by how it treats the underprivileged, Honorable Speaker. And as a committee of bursary, the bursary fund administrator should ensure that justice is done to those runners with disabilities. Number 2, Honorable Speaker, is that strengthen accountability by instituting robust monitoring and reporting mechanism to track bursary utilization at both ward and institutional level. That the CCM for finance in the subsequent financial year review the structure of administrative expenses with a view of minimizing them and channeling more funds to the beneficiary, Honorable Speaker. If we could come even to below 2%, Honorable Speaker, the better, so that the money can go to the runners. And Honorable Speaker, even as you speak, you know there is a court order which stops this county assembly and all the other county assemblies in the Republic to, the bursary was stopped until we have a memorandum with the Ministry of Education, since we are not supposed to give bursary which is not devolved function. But Honorable Speaker, we still have very needy students, especially those we are seeing have disabilities. And the Education Committee is in consultation with the executive, that is the office of the county attorney and His Excellency the Governor, so that that memorandum can be signed between the Ministry of Education and ourselves, because even in this year's financial year, the elected honorable members here have a lot of pressure, especially now we are in that term when the schools will be reopened in January. The students will be going, those who are doing, you know, these things. Andres, you know, they call me the CBC chair, the KEPSEA, who are doing grade 6, and those who are doing the senior exam in grade 9, they will be going now to what we used to call the Form 1, and they will be needing money from us so that they can be able to run, because, you know, Honorable Speaker, some of our wards, the parents are poor and they need to be, we need to support them as the representative of the people. So, Honorable Speaker, it's my hope that by the time the budget will be brought, will be loaded and it will be in use, we shall be able to disburse bursary in this financial year. It has done justice to so many students, and the honorable members here can agree to that. And Honorable Speaker, here are the annexures. Honorable Speaker, the annexures are like the evidence the Honorable Raila Odinga had taken to the Court of Appeal when he had said that his election had been rigged. Honorable Speaker, and I table the annexures to the table office. Honorable Speaker, and with those many few remarks, I call the whip of this assembly and also a member of the Education Committee, Honorable Mary Wajiko Kabiro, aka Maria Harun, to second. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, even as I second, I would want clarity whether these documents and those of Raila Odinga have anything similar. I second, Mr. Speaker. Very well, Honorable Maria. The motion having been duly moved and seconded, I now propose the question, which is that this House does adopt the report of Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection on the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund, annual report and financial statement for the period ended 30th June 2024 as a report of this House, and the recommendation therein as a resolution of this House. Honorable Joyce Manywa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm a member of that committee, and I want to start by appreciating the work into giving the report and the motion that we have just basically moved, and also want to appreciate some of the comments and the recommendations that have been put there. Mr. Speaker, if you recall, we actually even early last year did an amendment to the Bursary Act in cognizance that as much as we say the bursary should be per ward level and that there are some vulnerable members of the community that as an assembly and as that motion was moved, that we realized we needed to really support. And I appreciate the the resolution that has actually gone, that going forward there's need to really check about the financial standing and also members of the community that have disability. My only concern, which I know I even brought it into the committee, is the way that data is given. We are having a bit of inconsistency, because I remember when we did the report for the previous years, that's 2023, 2022, 2023, most of the data was basically, especially on the category that I represent, we were able to see like how the various wards are supporting persons with disability as far as the bursary is concerned. And then we also realized that persons with disability are in universities, they are in primary school, they are also in special schools and in colleges. But when I looked at the way this data was actually presented, it was not very clear. I could not tell. I was able to tell that there has been some bit of increase from 313 persons that were supported in the year 2022-2023. But I could not tell, and those were the ones in the special school, I could tell from which wards and what, but for the 424, I was not even able to tell, are these persons with disability that are in the special schools, are these persons with disability that are in the various categories of universities, colleges, and we say data is everything. So for me, getting a figure of 424 and saying that they were supported with around 2.4, I appreciate that, but it's important that we get data that we can be able to use for decision making. So my request, which I also presented in the committee, is that maybe we may need to have standard ways of presenting this information so that it can help various members. Even the bursary, I don't know whether when elected members, when they get that data as it has been put, is it able to assist us in making decisions for the subsequent years? How many even applied, how many got? So I appreciate the work that has gone, and I look forward to the implementation of the amended Bursary Act, which basically actually said the vulnerable groups should really be supported, because that was the intention of the bursary funds given in the counties. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Joyce Munywa.
I call the mover.
Okay. Honorable Denji.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to commend the committee for the good work through the able chairman, Honorable Gadongo. Altogether, Mr. Speaker, I would like to comment on the issue of the issuance of the bursary, especially the way it has been done before. At least it can be done a bit differently if the consultation between the two groups that the honorable member has said that in future we may even be getting bursaries to allocate our vulnerable students. Mr. Speaker, what my point is that I would suggest that the bursary should not look political. Other, it should come to be those people from the needy backgrounds. Mr. Speaker, why I'm saying this, even if it is not a devolved function, it's a devolved bursary is not a devolved function. It's a congrats to the county government that in most cases our bursaries are negotiable. And Mr. Speaker, this bursary saves the students who has that ability to learn. Mr. Speaker, the area that I would like my able chair to look very closely, it's also now the way if the discussion how they come up with the people who are to be given, because if you compare around the 200 million, if 200 millions as we were issuing the bursary was to be given for the needy, Mr. Speaker, I want to attest that no needy student would be going back from school after so that one can get a school fee, school fees. Mr. Speaker, I support the motion, and I want to commend that this committee has really done a very good job. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Theji Kiriga, for that good contribution.
And I call the mover.
Mover.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I value the work of the bursary. Actually, it is a sacred duty, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, knowing that you served in the first county assembly and you know there are students you have seen through school from very needy backgrounds, and the observation which has been made by Honorable Theji, we need to overemphasize. Yes, we give to each and every student because there is no gauge for poverty. So when everyone applies, but actually with the ward committees, and that is why the honorable members here, they are representative in the ward bursary committee, should be people of high integrity to ensure that those needy students are the first beneficiaries of this bursary. And Honorable Speaker, on the same note, it is always good to give a pat on the back. I want to give a pat on the back of His Excellency the Governor Kiarie Badirisha, Dr. Kiarie Badirisha, for the value he has for education. Since in each and every ward, the best student from a needy family, especially those who go for national school, Honorable Speaker, he pays the entire school fees for the 4 years, Honorable Speaker. That is something we cannot take for granted. And actually, to the people of Nyandarua, that is one good thing that the governor has done, and actually it should not stop anytime soon. The issue of taking care of our needy students, it is a very good thing, Honorable Speaker, and that is the essence of the bursary, that there is no student who will ever miss school because of the school fees. And that is why, Honorable Speaker, we are saying, I'm wondering, like, Honorable Speaker, I want to give a case study. The best student in the Shampondo in the last year, Honorable Speaker, went to Kagumo High School. Honorable Speaker, that student comes from a very vulnerable background. Without the bursary, that is a student who is in the verge of dropping out of school, Honorable Speaker. And that is why we need to move with the speed. The county attorney should move with speed for this agreement to be signed. And in the month of November, latest, we should embark on bursary insurance, Honorable Speaker. And also I have the observation which has been made by Honorable Joyce. And Honorable Joyce, as well, I need to give, to congratulate you. You have been unable and you have fought for your constituents in the best way possible. That is the PLWD, and we shall ensure, and that is why we have said, last time we ring-fenced some amount, we should not go down from where we are. We should increase those funds. Those are our people, and as I made an observation when moving this motion, it is that we shall be judged by how we shall treat those less privileged people in the society. And for once, Honorable Speaker, you know this, at the last assembly, there used to be a lot of fight. And I think they were coming from heaven, Honorable Speaker. This assembly didn't have a representative. The representative of the people living with the disability then was a tycoon. So, Honorable Speaker, no known disability was visible. But right at the moment, we have a true representative who is fighting for that constituency, and I will ensure, as the chair of the committee and as a committee, we shall ensure justice is done to those people living with disability. With those few many remarks, Honorable Speaker, I appreciate the contribution by the honorable members. You see, no much contribution, Honorable Speaker, has been done because we were very thorough. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman, Honorable Peter Kamau Gathongo. for your good response. And Chairman, kindly follow on the county attorney so that the memorandum can be signed in due time so that our people may benefit with the bursary kitty. And as it has been requested by Honorable Joyce, kindly make a point that the data of the people living with disabilities, we have a clean data that can be shared with Joyce so that he can be able to share with his constituency. With those few and many remarks, I now put the question, which is that the House does adopt the report of the Committee on Education, Vocational Training, CASHA, Gender and Social Protection on the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund annual report and financial statement for the period ended 30th June 2024 as a report of this House and the recommendation therein as a resolution of this House. May of those of the similar opinion say aye. May those of the contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it. Clerk, next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the business of this sitting as appearing on the order paper has been exhausted.
There being no other business to transact during this sitting, I now adjourn the House to Tuesday, the 14th day of the October 2025 at 9:30.
Ona dini na